Hi, everybody. Getting close to this big transition in our weather pattern that's going to be very active and quite a bit chillier overall for a period of maybe 2 to 3 weeks from what we have been having. So, coming to you on this Tuesday morning with the update revolving around the front that comes in Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from downtown Portland at KGW TV this morning. So, on the left, well, look at the title. Mount Hood snow, valley rain to return big time. And on the left, heavy rain totals. These are rain totals from what basically picks up on this Tuesday evening through Sunday. And notice 2 inches or more from Kelso all the way down to Salem and really down to Eugene. That's reasonable. And then you've got 3 to 4 inches at the coast and even pushing 5 in Lincoln City. We'll see. This first batch of rain that comes in tonight into tomorrow morning could dump an inch of rain at the coast, no more than a half of an inch of rain tonight through Wednesday at the beach. So if these totals are correct, it shows you that we've got a number of decent rainmakers Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday with the rain amounts over an inch out into Pendleton and all the way out into LeGrand. And then feet of snow for the Cascades. This is really impressive. So Mount Hood, this is probably at 5,000 feet, could be at 4,000 feet, but certainly at 5,000 feet, it's a good total. 31 inches of total snow from basically Wednesday afternoon through Sunday. And then you jump up into the Washington Cascades. And of course, Rainier is higher in elevation too, which helps. 51 inches of snow. And here's the deal. You add up any of the weather models and you come up with a figure at government camp, or at least at 5,000 feet, of 30 some inches of snow. And again, that could be the case at 4,000 feet as well. So I'll get into all of that coming up, but it's really an impressive tale. Here's the Mount Hood snow forecast specifically brought to you by Hillcrest Ski and Board Shop in Gresham. Again, they've got clothing, they've got boards, they've got skis you can rent, you can buy from one of the bigger shops in the area. All right, so Tuesday, going to take a while to get going. 1 to 3 inches of snow basically picking up in the afternoon into the evening. And then overnight into Wednesday, 6 to 10 inches of snow falling. Thursday, we add 6 to 8, Friday, 3 to 4, and Saturday, 4 to 6. So you go 13, 21, 25. There's over 30 inches of snow right there. And look at the snow levels. So Wednesday starts at 4,000, goes down to 3. The heaviest snow rates on the modeling really pick up late Wednesday afternoon into the night, and then we're really off to the races. Thursday morning snow level 1,200 feet. If that's the case, that certainly brings into play some of the Cascade foothill communities. Some of the modeling shows snow just outside of Sandy, for example, on the way to Mount Hood. If you live at 1,500 feet, you could really get hammered with the pretty good snow of a foot or more at your elevation over the next couple of days. With snow likely at times, again, all the way to Saturday. And notice the snow levels, even Friday, 1,500 to 2,000 feet, Saturday, 25 to 3,000 feet. That is all evidence of how much colder the air masses coming in will be. So all of this courtesy of, as always, the Momentous Wealth podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. These are investment topic podcasts meant to educate you, brought to you by local firm Momentous Wealth Management, licensed in Oregon and in Washington. Okay, let's start with the satellite picture. So it's cloudy on this Tuesday. I'm looking outside. There's no rain inland though. See the cloud features, not much moisture underneath these clouds. There is an increasing chance of afternoon showers on this Tuesday, mainly along the north coast. But it's this strip of clouds out here, if you watch my mouse, that is the front that comes in behind all of this Wednesday morning. And then all these speckled cumulus clouds, that's the cold air that could produce sunbreaks, showers, downpours, hail, and thunder on Thursday. And then back here, this is a push of steady rain at times developing Friday with a bit of a warm push. Saturday could have periods of steady rain, and then another front comes in Sunday morning. That's followed by scattered showers, and it could be Tuesday of next week before we have a completely dry day. So on this Tuesday, pretty much dry during the daytime. We don't see another long stretch of dry weather for any 24-hour period until Tuesday of next week. So pretty good stretch of active weather. This is the European model, and this shows you just rainfall from basically on this Tuesday night through the day Wednesday. Now, I mentioned a moment ago, there's Kelso Longview 47 100s, Portland 46 100s, that this is mostly up to or less than a half of an inch of rain up and down the Willamette Valley in Oregon, all the way down into southern Oregon, and really about the same up through Seattle. This does show maybe better chance of a half of an inch of rain from Olympia up into Seattle. If you go to the coast, some areas getting an inch of rain, some not. It does show, as it often does, a little rain bullseye down there in the southwestern Oregon coast in that Bandon area. And again, these are just precip totals with this first batch, Tuesday night through Wednesday. Now I'm just going to play this. And remember, we have storm systems lined up through Sunday with periods of steady rain at times Friday and Saturday. I'm going to play this into Sunday evening and look at the totals. This is a different model than the one I showed you when I started my video, but it too likes over 2 inches of rain. In fact, it goes up to 3 up and down the Willamette Valley. So we'll see. And it does like over 5 inches over at the coast. So even if these amounts are too high, which often they are, you get the idea. This is still a very active, very wet weather pattern coming for, if you go Tuesday night to Wednesday night to Thursday night to Friday night, Saturday to Sunday, there's 5.5 days of really active precip totals coming before we get that break on Tuesday into Wednesday. Okay, what about the same model, European and snow? And also, I'll play this of what's coming in. Mainly, this is higher snow rates picking up Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And this isn't overly impressive through Thursday morning. It goes about 6 inches near pass level on Mount Hood with some 8 inch amounts higher up on the mountain. It's picking up a foot or more in the higher elevations of the Cascades of Washington. And then you go into the southern Oregon Cascades, and there's some heavier totals. And there's some 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow up in elevation out in the Blue Mountains as well. But watch what happens as I go ahead and play this through the day Sunday. So here comes, I'll stop this Sunday evening. Now there's your 31-inch rain snow total, pardon me, 31-inch snow total at 5,000 feet on Mount Hood and maybe even 4,000 feet. Certainly government camp's going to get no less than 2 feet and maybe 30 inches. You've got 46, 47 pushing 50 up in the Cascades of Washington. You've got snow amounts of a foot or more out over the Blues. And also, notice now the resolution of the modeling is not perfect. There's nothing shows that there's snow at the lower elevations of the Willamette Valley, okay? So ignore that. But remember, you get down a snow level near 1,200 feet, now you potentially are bringing in some snowy periods, especially night and early morning, over the 1,000 feet to higher passes of the Coast Range. That would be Highway 6 and Highway 26 going into Tillamook, and then the split 26 that you can go to Cannon Beach or Seaside or up to Astoria. So the Coast Range, certainly up at elevation above the highways, definitely getting a pretty good shot. And of course, that's overall good news for a number of reasons for this time of the year. Okay, I do want to talk about wind, which is not showing up as a major concern, but I know a lot of you like to see it. So the first front comes in Wednesday morning, right? So here's this evening in green showing 40-mile-per-hour south wind gusts, mainly offshore, mainly offshore. And then we play this into the front coming in Wednesday morning. And by the time the front actually comes in Wednesday morning, there's not much wind anywhere. So that burst of 40-plus-mile-per-hour wind gusts not really expected to make it inland to the coast. Here's up to 15-mile-per-hour winds tomorrow in the morning hour for the valley. Not really expected to pull an eastwind out of the gorge at all, okay? And then we got typical breezes on Thursday. Always, if we get those storms on Thursday, hail and thunderstorms, you can always have some erratic, gusty winds. Because you remember, when you get thunderstorms, you've got the raindrops literally dragging down colder air aloft with them. So that downward motion of cold weather, cold air coming down, offsetting warmer air pockets, produces that ongoing vertical moisture, that ongoing vertical displacement of air masses, and that produces erratic winds. So we'll look for that on Thursday. But overall, there's just not much wind. Okay, now here's a system approaching Friday, 40 to 50-mile-per-hour winds, but again, mostly holding offshore. This does pick up some winds along the central coast, especially, that could gust 30 to 40. That's not enough for winds, warnings, or advisories along the coast, but noticeable. Now, there's a front coming Sunday, which is one I really want to see what the models are showcasing. Here's Saturday overnight. Here's Sunday. This is Saturday overnight still, Saturday overnight. This is the most wind that we're seeing, right? 40-mile-per-hour gust along the beaches, 50-mile-per-hour wind staying mainly offshore, noticeable breezes to 25 or 30 in the valley. This is Saturday overnight into Sunday morning when the front comes. There's 50-mile-per-hour plus winds along the coast, 60-mile-per-hour winds just offshore, some noticeable 30 to 40-mile-per-hour south gust up the valley, perhaps an east pull out of the gorge to some extent as well. So, and here's Sunday morning, still windy. So, if there's going to be a storm front out of all of these that produce a wind concern, it will be the one Saturday overnight and Sunday, which this nicely illustrates for you. We'll keep you updated on that. Okay. What about the overall flow pattern? Let me just show you. Stick with the European model, the 18,000 foot, 500 millibar flow. Here's the cold trough that's coming in Wednesday. Notice the polar jet, the blue contour, the 540 pressure height. That's where snow levels are almost guaranteed always to be 2,000 feet or lower eventually as the air mass moves in. So that's the cold trough on Wednesday. There's the cold, showery weather on Thursday. Look at the polar jet all the way down into almost Las Vegas. That's a cold pool of air. That's why hail and thunder and lightning could develop. And then more of a westerly flow with a bit of a warming push, bringing us a period of steady rain on Friday, periods of steady rain Saturday. And here's that Sunday trough, that one that could bring some rain coming in Sunday. Again, all of these will have snow below Cascade Pass level. And then we've got showers on Monday to start next week. Current timing, this is Tuesday. Some of the models say that the moisture is out of here on Monday and we dry out on Tuesday or Wednesday, but the latest European model says not that fast. Maybe there's scattered showers lingering on Tuesday of next week before we get into some dry time on Wednesday. So I'm just seeing this with you. So I might need to adjust my 7-day and show a shower threat lingering into Tuesday of next week. But then next week gets into a couple days of more quieter weather. But here's Friday the 21st. Now you've got the cold trough swinging into Saturday the 22nd. Still a very active pattern. Here's a little bit of drier time going into Monday the 24th. There's some decent weather Wednesday the 26th. That's a big ridge, actually. The final week of March could be a nice respite of the weather. And then we get into the first days of April, and then we've got this cold low offshore. So remember, the outlook models have been showing us overall with an active weather pattern through the first 10 days of April. So we'll see if that holds true. That the latest European likes some nice dry, mild temperatures the last week of March. We'll see if that comes true. All right, city by city, here we go. Let's go around the horn. Medford, 61 today. The rainy weather coming in Wednesday, 51. And there's the cooler temps. Highs only in the 40s on Thursday, Friday, 51 Saturday, Sunday. So there's your cool down without doubt. What about Central Oregon? Wednesday, rain developing, 52. 40s on Thursday for highs. Overnight snow, daytime rain with temperatures warming into the 50s. So that bears watching over in Central Oregon. Out into Pendleton, let's see what the forecast is looking like. 60-degree temperatures on Wednesdays. Rain picks up ahead of that front. Then the front passes. Daytime highs low 50s or cooler on Thursday, Friday. I still feel like some of the modeling might be too warm in the days ahead. Here's the Seattle forecast. Front impacting Wednesday, 51. Cooler weather in the 40s with showers on Thursday, Friday, rain times this upcoming weekend. Overnight temperatures well above freezing. Daytime highs 40s to about 50 degrees. Salem, again, the model's like low 50s on Thursday and Friday, but if it's active enough, maybe it's only in the upper 40s for highs on Thursday and Friday and the wet weather through the weekend. So Eugene's going to be very similar to Salem. Yeah, there's the highs, upper 40s to about 50, the rain times through the weekend. And again, we're watching that potential windy period Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. North Bend, one of the rain bullseyes expected over the next 5 days. Daytime highs around 50, 52 degrees. And let's go ahead and bring up my Portland 7-day forecast. So there's a rain chance late this afternoon on this Tuesday, but maybe Portland stays dry until showers pick up this evening and overnight. The morning rain to showers, not the strongest front tomorrow morning in terms of wind or rain, but it does set the table for the colder weather. Hail showers Thursday. Maybe we hit 50, but I want to prepare you for a chilly day. Most of the day, Thursday and Friday, will be in the 40s. And especially Friday, if we get a period of steady rain picking up into the afternoon hours, then we won't hit 50. It will be in the 40s. And that's near record cold for high temperatures for this time of the year. Rain at times Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll watch for that winds Saturday overnight, Sunday, hail showers Monday that might continue into that Tuesday as well as we just saw. So that is your update. Lots of active weather coming. If you're traveling over the high country, check the mountain passes, check the latest forecast. Be prepared as we get back into more of an all-out wintry type weather flow in the coming days. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps me out, and you'll be notified when I post. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill, and I will talk to you soon.